What's your name? Put your hands behind your back.
I don't want to do that. I'm going to let you do that.
That's fine.
Not a threat. Not a threat. Don't point that gun at me.
We know who you are.
Power is meant to protect, but when abused, it becomes a violation, as shown in the arrest below.
This is against my Fourth Amendment right. This is crazy. What's your name?
Today we uncover arrests that seemed routine until hidden crimes came to light. A routine patrol turns into a legal nightmare when cameras go silent and civil rights are ignored.
What type of fishing are you doing?
Not important. If you want to find out what kind of fishing I'm doing.
On the afternoon of August 3rd, 2022 in Florida, officers from the Punta Gorda Police Department were conducting a routine patrol when they encountered a man openly carrying a firearm while fishing that marked the beginning of a dangerous and controversial incident.
Hey, if he's not to and from fishing or actively fishing, he's in violation of open carry. You what?
Obviously waiting for someone. My worry is definitely drawing the attention of people.
Officer, are you close enough to maybe call him out with the contact team if he's not actively fishing? Wait a minute, hold on. There's something about fishing with a rifle? Isn't there something like that? Right now we should be fine. All right, we just need to take him down.
Yeah, I don't think fishing with a weapon is going to be allowed out here. I think maybe you're allowed to go fishing with a crossbow.
I'm going to go that way. Why don't you approach this way behind these trees with two people on cover, or maybe all three of us. What do you think? We'll both walk up there.
Points that gun at me, I'm going to shoot him.
Ops 3.
The officers initiated a tactical approach to detain the man, despite not having confirmed whether he was actually violating any public safety laws.
Amber, you got a rifle? All right, Matt, you're going to have to call him out. You got the only rifle. She's got a handgun. You got cover over there? All right, we're going to have to approach somehow around this way, maybe. All right, so we'll just make sure we watch our backstop. Amber, come back here. I'm behind you, Matt. All right, I'm behind you. What's he saying? Oh, you hear that? All right, stay right there. Get on your knees. Yes, seriously. Do it now. Yeah, right when we get you secure, we'll figure it out. You're not fishing nowhere.
If I was a threat, there'd be people hurt here. Come on, think about it. I was just sitting over here walking up and down this boardwalk.
You're fine, brother. Hey, you're fine.
Surrounded by officers, the man was ordered to kneel and place his hands behind his back. He was treated like a criminal, and soon the situation escalated for the worse.
What's your name?
Put your hands behind your back.
I don't want to do that. I'm going to let you do that.
That's fine.
Not a threat. Not a threat. Don't point that gun at me.
We know who you are.
What's your name?
Where's your fishing rod?
I don't need a fishing rod. I just have to be fishing.
How are you fishing?
Don't worry about. You are not an FWC officer. You don't know federal or fishing regulations, and you don't know nothing about anything about fishing. So what law have I broken? I do not consent. I do not consent to searches or seizures of any of my property. This is against my Fourth Amendment right. This is crazy. What's your name? Name and badge number, man. Because I'm just going to get my property back, and I'm going to go about my day.
All right.
Maybe that's right. But
All right, take this.
This is crazy.
Put this in your pocket.
Get your state attorney on the phone.
All right, come on. Get up.
State attorney on the phone. Hey, come on, man.
Anything else?
Hold
hey.
on. There's a knife in a sheath.
All right, just
in that right pocket. It's in a sheath. I'm trying to keep my hands away from you.
What else?
That's it.
All right.
I don't consent to any of this. You know that, right?
That's fine. I didn't ask you to consent.
Well, you need my consent, unless I've broken the law.
All right, right now you have, so.
What law?
Open carry.
I'm fishing.
What type of fishing are you doing?
It's not important. If you want to find out what kind of fishing I'm doing, you can call FWC.
All right.
My fishing gear's all on that pier over there.
Where's your car, AJ?
You want to go look at my fishing gear? It's right over there.
Where's your fishing gear?
Over here on the pier, man.
Matt, go check that bag, please.
He was arrested due to the officer's lack of understanding of Florida's fishing and open carry laws, but the conflict didn't end there. When the police chief arrived, a plan was set in motion to legally justify their actions.
What is that, AJ?
Wait, what's attached to that string at the bottom? What's the chicken attached to? Sorry, correct, it's called a net. Because once again, you don't know federal or fishing regulations, and if you're going to violate my rights, then I guess we'll just go down that road.
AJ, grab him, please.
Yep.
Let me tuck.
Officers muted their body cams and appeared to discuss whether the man was actually fishing or violating any law, but things didn't go as they had hoped.
129, 1035. Sorry, back showing a summons out of our county for battery by intentional touch with hearing. License not valid.
Is that out of our county or here?
It's going to be here, so my apologies.
I've got almost a lot of the
What's taking so long? Get in, talk to officer.
Seagrass.
If an officer intentionally turns off their body cam to cover up misconduct, they may face internal investigation, termination, and in some cases, criminal prosecution for evidence tampering under Section 918.13 of the Florida statutes.
All right, AJ. We're going to unhandcuff him.
Cool.
All right. Why don't you do it? Just put him at it. We confirm with FWC or our Marine officer. I can't remember which.
No worries.
You ain't gonna fall. I got you.
T14. That you're on Cornelius, heading that way?
All right, you're good. Okay. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Does he have his fishing license?
You have it on you?
I do.
Can we see it?
Again, I'll show it to you, but I'll have to actually give it to you. Under 379.354, the Florida statutes, it actually says, I'm trying to be very nice, and I want, if you can just hear me out for 1 second.
Go ahead.
Under 379 statutes, it specifically deals with Fish and Wildlife Commission officers, period. You look into the definitions, it says commission, and then it says equals Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission office. Then you look at 379.354 and it says I have to produce it to a commission office. Look, man, saltwater fishing, good from 7/28/02, and then I've even got a blue crab trap, which actually allows
Turn over.
and that's just the Florida.
Okay.
And then up top, can you hear that sheep?
Michael David Taylor. Do you have him? All right. We just need to figure out how to get in here. All right. Hey, you're free to go.
The officers could face charges of false arrest, unlawful search, and violations of Fourth Amendment rights. They may be subject to a civil lawsuit under federal law and held liable for damages.
I'm not in the road.
You are in the easement. Look, if you look at that sign right there,
Park in the easement. The easement goes all the way to the center line.
it's
in
still
those
city
locations.
property.
The next controversial incident unfolds when a man simply resting inside his car is suddenly treated like a dangerous criminal.
Okay, Farr, you might start master this way. This guy doesn't look like he's alert. He has some kind of liquid coming out of his mouth, all run down his shirt. How you doing? Not bad. You okay?
Yeah, you?
Not bad. So, what's going on? You sitting in your truck? Okay. You got anything to drink today? No? You on any kind of medication or anything?
Yeah, just kind of long drive. Gonna be on the road.
Where are you coming from? Okay, what are you doing here? What are you doing in Pryor? What brings you here?
Stopping on the road.
Where are you headed? North? You know anybody in Pryor, or you just happen to? Well, I mean, you're kind of pulled off here in this parking lot a little bit weird. You're a little bit in the roadway, so somebody called in on you. Is there a crime?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, standing in the roadway. That's what the technical term is for it. All right, you can cancel. Or medical. He's awake now. Talking to him. Yeah, affirmative. So I get here, and I mean, you're drooling all over yourself. I started medical. I knocked on your window a couple times. Look at your shirt. Whenever I got here, you were actively drooling on yourself. And I knocked on the window. I got no response. So I knocked again.
What's the crime in there?
I mean, so the crime in that is you're partially obstructing the roadway. You're pulled off here on private property. You have no business being here, so that's loitering.
Officers approached the vehicle after noticing the man asleep with drool on his face, suspecting possible drug influence. But as they pressed further, things quickly escalated into chaos.
So the condition that you were in when I got here, like I said, you were pulled off the road. Do you live at Meadow Trace Apartments?
Yeah.
You don't live there anymore? It's the address that shows on your driver's license.
Where do you live?
Nearby.
Nearby.
The address.
Is that relevant question?
It is. I'm literally asking you because you're sleeping in your truck right here, and I don't know that you're going to be safe to drive anywhere. So yeah, it's absolutely.
How would I not be safe? So am I safe to drive
what's
to
your
Meadow
address?
Trace or my
What's your address?
Is that,
It's going to be like this the whole time.
Yeah.
So you can continue to obstruct our
So
investigation.
here's the thing. I can leave you and let you.
comply with your investigation.
You're not required to comply with our investigation.
No, I don't think
I mean, you have to answer our questions if we're conducting an investigation.
That's
Otherwise,
exactly-
otherwise you're obstructing our investigation.
Really? Is that how the Fifth Amendment works? The
Yeah.
Fourth Amendment? First Amendment?
Okay, so I can put you through a couple of standard field sobriety tests and see if you're good to drive. Yeah, somebody calling in because they were concerned about you because you were partially on the roadway.
Harassment on your part that we are.
We can go to the jail and we can do this in front of a
I mean,
judge.
yeah, I don't want to do that either. If I wanted to do that,
Driven to a parking space and taken a nap. See the difference there?
I mean, if I wanted to arrest you, then whenever you're
Activity, driving to a parking space and taking a nap or driving to a court.
There actually is a law against sleeping in public. If you're at the park, like you just said,
I didn't say the park.
maybe.
I said a parking space.
Officers. Flood and Bennett began questioning the man about alcohol, drugs, and why he was parked there. That wasn't the worst of it. They soon demanded he perform a field sobriety test, despite lacking concrete evidence to justify the request.
Successful rather quickly and easily by.
and that's fine. If you want to go and argue your case in court, if you want to go argue your case in court, that's fine. But I'm not going to argue it with you here on the side of the road.
Right.
Okay?
He's going to conduct a couple of
name of
tests,
safety,
field sobriety
right?
tests. Are you willing to comply
Are you
with
willing?
those
Are you
tests?
willing to comply with some field sobriety tests?
Well, what are my options then? To go to jail or
Are
do
you
what you tell me
willing to
You're
comply with the field sobriety test?
with
That's the
incarceration?
question.
Threatening you at all?
Nobody threatened you. Nobody
I am
said
here to do
anything
my
other
job.
So I don't have to. Am I free to go?
No, you are
No, you're not free to
go.
go. We're still conducting our investigation. If you allow me to finish conducting my investigation, and you will,
So here's what I don't understand.
so you'll agree
Well,
to take the state staff?
What I don't understand is what indication that I'm intoxicated.
It's uncommon at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for somebody
Okay,
to be asleep behind the wheel of their vehicle,
How many police
not
officers are asleep?
legally parked in a parking space on
You go
private
investigate
property.
them? So you do the same thing in the middle of the night.
Okay.
We do the same
I'm
thing
not
24/7
we're not
if we
arguing
get
this.
a call.
Will you comply with the field sobriety test or not?
Or what? Do you remember me, don't you?
No. Yes or
I bet
no?
You do. Okay. Now I feel like this is harassment. Is there a supervisor available?
That's
He
me.
is the
Where's
supervisor.
your supervisor?
He is the supervisor.
I am the
of
supervisor.
We
this
had
shift.
this same conversation. Was that you? Were you there?
No.
You didn't understand what private property was when you were in an apartment complex. You thought that was public property. Do you remember that now?
Do you live in
I
this
say we
apartment complex?
No, he doesn't. I'm familiar.
The man firmly stated he hadn't broken any laws and was only resting to ensure he could drive safely later. Police interpreted his calm refusal as non-compliance and used it as justification to assert their authority.
In this truck specifically,
I'm not in the road.
you are in the easement. Look, if you look at that
not
sign
against
right
the law
there.
to park in the-
I'm
Let's
done.
Turn around.
Really?
Turn around.
For what?
Yes, turn around.
Dude,
Turn around. We're done. We tried.
you tried what? Tried
To reason with you and you're unreasonable.
reason with me.
It's hard to reason with somebody who's intoxicated anyway, so that makes sense.
Well, we tried to give you the opportunity to show us that you're not intoxicated, and you just want to sit here and argue with us. Like,
I'm not. You can't tell me where the road begins and ends. But I'm not making
Is that
sense.
where we're back to? We're doing circles?
That's what you pulled me out of.
hey, you have anything illegal on anything that's going to poke, stick, or stab me?
You can't.
I'm giving you the opportunity because once we get into the jail, they're going to search you and it will be a felony charge. So if there is something, then we find it in the jail and it'll be a felony.
I said I don't have it. This is fucking bullshit.
Well, you're not wrong about that.
Do you have anything in the vehicle you want to take with you?
In the middle of moving.
Yeah.
I'm scared now.
Have a seat right here. Be careful. Don't hit your knee on the computer mount. It hurts pretty bad. I don't disagree with you.
What's the charge?
Obstruction. Obstructing me in the performance of my duties. I'm trying to perform an investigation here, and you won't answer any of my questions. Okay.
What questions did I answer?
You didn't answer any of my questions. You just asked more questions, and I tried to explain it to you.
All of your questions.
So we'll argue about it in court. That's fine.
He was arrested for obstructing an officer, even though there was no clear evidence of any wrongdoing. However, all charges have since been dropped, and Officer Bennett is now facing a civil lawsuit stemming from the incident when officers misuse their authority and ignore citizens' rights. Even innocent acts like resting or fishing can lead to wrongful arrest. As a society, we must demand accountability and protect civil liberties from being trampled by untrampled power. See how a Connecticut state trooper unlawfully detains a journalist at Bradley Airport, ignoring fundamental constitutional rights.
You should get to work.
I should get to work? Is that what you're telling me?
If you're busy.
You don't do it interference.
His body camera's on. His body camera's on. Stop. He has his body camera on.
I don't care.
Stop,
I don't care.
Step back.
Right?
Step back.
This is private property.
I'm
Okay?
not doing anything.
You're not going to
I will get
videotape
off.
me and
I'll
have
get
an
off of
attitude.
it.
At Bradley Airport, a Connecticut state trooper unlawfully detained an independent journalist, ignoring his First and Fifth Amendment rights. Despite the journalist explaining his lawful presence, the trooper insisted on ID. This overreach by police raises serious concerns about their understanding of civil liberties. What's going on here?
I was just explaining to Megan here that I'm an independent. Okay, thank you, sir. And your name was? Kavanaugh. Brett. Wow, like the Supreme Court Justice. Brett Kavanaugh, the Supreme Court Justice. Nothing, just gathering content for a story. I'm an independent journalist.
Oh, great. Do you have ID on you?
I'm not going to provide you with my ID, trooper. This Connecticut, sir, is not a stop and ID state. And unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion, I've committed
about to do that. I'm not here to get a legal advice from you.
Yeah.
I'm asking legally an order from a state trooper to provide me your ID. You're causing alarm at the airport. Multiple people have come up to us asking what you're doing.
There's a TSA supervisor who just told me I was well within my rights.
Please?
Sir, I'm an independent journalist working on gathering content for a story.
Okay.
I have not broken any laws.
No one said that you did. You're not under arrest right now. You're being detained.
The journalist calmly refused, citing Connecticut's law protecting privacy. Yet the trooper escalated things, handcuffing the journalist and claiming hindering an investigation. Despite the First Amendment protection for filming, the trooper ignored it. Why was the officer so determined to violate rights?
Well, why are you
You're interfering with my investigation.
Sir, you need to have reasonable articulable suspicion.
I'm articulating that to you right now, that you're causing a disturbance at the airport.
I'm not going to hurt you.
You need to stop and listen to me. I'm trying to identify you because you're causing a disturbance at the airport. You refuse to provide me your ID. You're clearly doing this on purpose.
I'm gathering content for a story. I told everybody I'm an independent journalist.
I get that.
I'm going to ask you a question, and then I'm going to
ask you again. What's your last name?
If I do not give you my name, sir,
you're going to be placed under arrest and taken to be fingerprinted to identify you.
You know, if you say you're going to put me under arrest, I will give you my name.
That's what we would have to do to identify you. It's not what I want to do.
You have no right.
I came over here just to identify.
You have no right to identify.
Your first name, Mr. Reyes?
You have no right to identify.
Are you going to stop arguing with me? Because this is causing a big problem now.
My first name is SEAN. Yep. PAUL. One word. Can I get your supervisor here, Lavoie? One. Under threat of arrest, I'm providing you that information.
1021.
Do you have a Connecticut driver's license?
No, sir. Can you
Where do you have a driver's license? Okay. 581 Bradley.
The state trooper's actions were unjustifiable, demanding ID without reasonable suspicion. It's frustrating to see law enforcement overstep in this way, especially when the journalist was just doing his job in a public space. How can we trust the system when this kind of abuse of power?
Sir, how am I trying to provoke it? I'm trying to instruct you and educate you.
That's not your job.
It is because I'm sitting in handcuffs.
You told me you're provoking
now.
your Fifth Amendment right to first.
Well, I can invoke it whenever I'd like, sir.
Gotcha.
For answering any questions. Okay. But for education, I won't.
The issue is you're causing alarm and
TSA
disturbance.
Supervisor Brett Kavanaugh came and spoke with me and told me that I have every right to film the security checkpoint.
I did not deny that. Have you heard that from me at all?
So what
You're causing alarm and disturbance to the passengers. Multiple people came to me. I'm sure you saw me standing over there.
Suspicion is not a crime, sir.
It's not. The crime.
Can you articulate
I
to me
did
a
not
crime?
say that there was a crime committed, sir. I tried to identify you to make sure that there was no issue here.
Go ahead. You're right. You're right. There was never a crime. There's not going to be a crime, and I wasn't.
The troopers' actions. Detaining and handcuffing the journalists were a blatant violation of basic civil rights. Disregarding the Fourth and First Amendments, the officer crushed freedom of speech and press. The journalist's refusal to provide ID was entirely within his rights. Yet,
including TSA saying this guy was acting very suspicious at the checkpoint. I observed him recording, which is nothing wrong with that. However, when I went to identify him to find out what his business here at the airport, he refused to comply. He's like pushing the limits. He's trying to test us, I think, and see, he's saying but he has no documentation of that. And I just did a pat down. I didn't do a search, obviously.
Well, where did you find him?
He was literally right here recording everyone, recording TSA agents.
Oh, so he wasn't on the other side?
No, he's on the unsecured side, recording the TSA checkpoint, recording passengers, and people were just alarmed and disturbed by what he was doing.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure everything was safe.
Okay. By your trooper, sorry. And like I said, the longer I'm in here, the longer you guys are violating my rights. So I would, as a supervisor, I would.
After the incident, the journalist filed a formal complaint with Connecticut State Police demanding accountability. The sergeant's refusal to address the journalist's concerns about rights violations is outrageous. Such a lack of transparency in law enforcement is deeply troubling and highlights the disturbing disregard for the public's right to justice.
Yes, I am. Okay. I don't want to talk to you then. If you want to videotape me, then if you want to talk to me like a man, we can chat.
But what about you guys wear body cameras here? What's the difference?
I don't have a body camera.
I understand that. Can I get your name, Sergeant?
Yeah, Brian Fahey.
Brian Fahey.
Yeah.
So there's a serious civil rights violation going on here. So as I was explaining to your other trooper, I'm a journalist, independent journalist, working on a story.
Okay.
And I was gathering content for that story at the Bradley Airport. TSA became concerned about me filming. The first person who was concerned called the supervisor. Supervisor said, you have every right to film. It's not an issue. I know your rights, you know your rights, continue what you're doing. One of your troopers out of Bradley Airport, trooper...
How can I help you today with pistol permits? Can I help you today with pistol permits?
Why would I don't need help with pistol permits. I need help with a civil rights violation, as I just told you, sir.
But you can contact our internal affairs department. It's online, or there's a phone number.
The officer's actions were deeply troubling. Under Connecticut law, detaining someone without reasonable suspicion of a crime is a clear violation of civil liberties. The officer's failure to cite any specific threat or violation exposes a concerning lack of respect for constitutional rights, undermining public trust in law enforcement. Hey everyone, what do you think about this situation? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and support us with a donation.
You ain't seen excessive force, you followed. Okay, trust me. So you're gonna trespass me from...
Power can bring great strength, but sometimes it becomes an intrusion, violating the rights of others.
Stop the extension!
Let us explore the stories where corrupt police officers learn that the boundaries of the law are of utmost importance.
You ain't seen excessive force, you followed. Okay, trust me. Stop the extension!
Hold the head down.
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I'm sorry.
Stop fighting.
I will.
Stop fighting. They will stop using force against you.
On the night of April 13th, 2016, St. Paul police arrested 24-year-old Terrell Wilson on charges of stealing 2 mobile phones from customers at a store on Grand Avenue. Wilson was subsequently taken to the Ramsey County Jail, handcuffed, and transported in a patrol car.
Right now, it's called Route Squad. It's one of our on duties. I know for sure he's the best. It's like and at least 4 full night. So I'm sure it's like 50,000. I don't know. Maybe the details are.
Please let me breathe. You can either step out or I'm going to drag you out. That's your option.
According to released video footage, Wilson was pepper sprayed and handcuffed with his pants down around his ankles, leaving him completely defenseless. Throughout this ordeal, Wilson did not display any aggressive or threatening behavior, but repeatedly cried out in pain and pleaded for mercy.
All right, stand up. Don't be afraid to step in there, guys. If you don't get up, I'm going to drag you. My legs are fine. Okay, get up.
Grab the transport chair. Transport chair! Bring it back to TR.
When Wilson was brought into the jail area, Acting Sergeant Vanderwall used unnecessary force. The video shows Vanderwall delivering 2 knee strikes and 4 punches to Wilson's abdomen while saying, "You haven't seen excessive force yet."
How'd he go? Bad training for this?
Sit down. Sit back up on the chair.
Secure his feet too.
Sit back.
He doesn't sit back, his paint climbs on.
Sit back.
Secure that.
Get away from the waist.
Sit back then.
This is right here. Sit down. I'm sitting. Hey, I'm sitting back. Don't hit me, you choking pig. You pig. I can talk. I can talk about me. I can talk. What are you talking about? You talking to me? That's the hell I'm saying. Not very nice, sir. To do the excessive force.
You ain't seen excessive force, you followed.
Okay, stop the excessive. Police, stop the excessive. Hold the head down. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I'm sorry. Stop fighting. I win.
Stop
fighting. They will stop using force against you.
In excruciating pain, Wilson cried out, "Please don't kill me, I'm sorry." He described the pain he endured as unlike anything he had ever experienced. Wilson repeatedly stated that he couldn't breathe while being restrained in a bent-over position.
This is all your response.
Release.
No waste. We can stop taking this hits out. Huh? Stop fighting.
There is no. Come on, down.
402, get a restraint chair ready back and transfer release Delta.
I can't get any tighter. Okay. Okay.
Give me that one secure over here.
Where'd it go?
God will let me die. God will not let me die. I should have died, but God will not let me die. God loves his brother. At the beginning, God created perfect man. That's a man. Very place at the end.
Acting Sergeant Van Drew Weller is now facing charges of using excessive force. His actions have been condemned by both the public and experts, raising questions about accountability and professional ethics in law enforcement.
Please, it hurts, it burns, it hurts, please help me. My wrist hurts so bad, please, it just hurts so bad.
And then it goes
I don't know
through
what's
and
happening. Oh, please, it hurts so bad, man. I done broke my hand.
All you have to do is be cooperative and nothing will be done to you. Nothing at all.
Oh, man, I done broke my shit. You said who?
Take your jacket off.
Oh, you said go to sleep, man. That's go to sleep here.
Take your jacket off.
I can't pull it off, man.
We'll get it for you.
My head is broke, man. I have to do whatever. That shit hurts so bad. What's going on right here? Oh, I done broke my hand. I done shit hurt. I done broke my hand. I done broke my hand.
Come on back. Sit back.
From a legal perspective, the conduct of Sergeant Vanderwall and the officers involved may have violated several laws under Minnesota statutes S6 to 9.6. Law enforcement officers are authorized to use force only when it is reasonable and necessary to effect an arrest or ensure public safety. Excessive force that causes harm may constitute assault under 6 to 9.333, S3330. Third-degree assault causing substantial bodily harm, or S69, 214 fifth-degree assault inflicting fear or harm, with penalties ranging from fines to several years of imprisonment. On a federal level, the officer's actions may violate 18 U.S.C. Section 242, which prohibits the willful deprivation of constitutional rights under color of law. If excessive force results in bodily harm or places the victim's life at risk, penalties can include imprisonment for up to 10 years or longer if serious injury or death occurs. Furthermore, the use of unnecessary pepper spray and physical strikes in a non-threatening situation breaches established principles of constitutional law. Specifically, the Fourth Amendment's protection against unreasonable searches and seizures. These violations highlight the critical need for law enforcement to adhere strictly to statutory and constitutional limits on their authority.
We don't do face them in the back ways, we don't spit out. You're right here with your hand ground. Copy that.
How's the damn thing release?
I never remember.
You want the mask on or off?
Off. Just take it off as you're leaving. When he's cooperative enough, we'll get the nurse to check on him too.
Although Wilson later pleaded guilty to theft in August 2016, the brutal treatment he endured highlighted issues of police movements demanding justice, system reform, and an end to violence against people of color in the United States. Next, we have an incident in Michigan where the police demonstrated their lack of knowledge while attempting to arrest an auditor.
All right, my man, you got your ID on you?
Have I broken the law? I have a right to leave then, right?
No. You are now being detained because you are going to be trespassed. I need to identify you before you're trespassed. What's that? No, you're trespassed in this establishment.
But I'm not in the establishment.
They have the right to trespass you.
I've never been on their property.
They have the right to...
On August 30th, 2024, Mr. Livingston went to the sidewalk in front of Jolly Pumpkin Brewery in East Lansing, Michigan to film. He stated that his purpose was to investigate reports of police unlawfully forcing homeless individuals to leave the sidewalk area.
I'd asked him to stop, and my guests are like putting menus in front of their faces as they don't want me recorded or pictures taken, and he will not stop.
And he's still recording the customers?
Yep, he told me he would not stop.
Okay, I have a call for service. Give us a call back if it escalates in any way, okay?
Hello. Hey, what's up?
Good, yourself?
Good. So we just got a call from Jolly Pumpkin here saying that they don't want you to videotape in this area right here.
Am I committing a crime?
So they just want you to be moved along from the premises.
I'm not even on their property.
So this is Jolly Pumpkin's property right here.
The public sidewalk is their property. Have I done something wrong?
So they just want you moved along, so we don't know if it's up to go in there and ask them if they want you trespassed or not to be on the property.
Two officers from the East Lansing Police Department approached Mr. Livingston asking him to stop filming and leave the area. When Mr. Livingston refused, asserting that he was not violating any laws, the officers continued to pressure him to leave.
Good, yourself?
Good. So we just got a call from Jolly Pumpkin here saying that they don't want you to videotape in this area right here.
Am I committing a crime?
So they just want you to be moved along from the premises. This is Jolly Pumpkin's property right here.
The public sidewalk is their property. This is...
Hey, what's up, bro?
Do you mind if I see your ID?
Have I done something wrong?
It's up to go in there and ask them if they want you trespassed or not to be on the property.
No, look.
I'm not trying to make it hard for you at all.
I'm not trying to either. I just really believe that I'm on public property, not their property. I'm taking pictures in public, which is a First Amendment right.
I know.
Therefore, I shouldn't be. This is where I'm at.
Okay, I understand. Ultimately, they just don't want you on their property anymore because it can kind of make other people feel uncomfortable in the area. It's making staff feel uncomfortable.
To stop the trespass, I'll move down to the end of their barrel, and then I'm It's confusing to me, but then I'm off their property even though it's public sidewalk, right?
They just don't want you around their business right now. It's making people feel uncomfortable a little bit.
I was just walking along taking pictures until one of their customers called me back and a couple other things, and then I saved.
Officer Sidewalk is in there right now just talking to staff about it, and if anything, they just want you moved along.
Officer Sherman requested Mr. Livingston's identification, citing suspicion of trespassing on the restaurant's property. Mr. Livingston objected, stating that he was standing on a public sidewalk and engaging in no unlawful activity.
Hi. You looking for our manager? Whoever, yes. Okay. He'll probably be the best person to talk to. One second. You'll be Max right here, okay? Here you go. You're welcome. All right.
You want him trespass?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Of course.
All right, my man. You got your ID on you?
Have I broken the law? I have a right to leave then, right?
No. You are now being detained because you are going to be trespassed. I need to identify you before your trespass notice.
That's what they took the glasses off, man.
So you're going to trespass me from this sidewalk, but I'm not in the establishment.
They have the right to trespass you.
I've never been on their property.
They have the right to trespass you.
So I can stay here.
The sidewalk is public.
So I can stay here.
You have
You're
a First
just
Amendment right.
trespassing me from walking
Correct.
inside.
They're frustrated with you.
I don't know why they would trespass me from their property without even being on their property that I never entered.
If they would like you trespassed,
Buddy,
I highly doubt
you
that
can trust anybody off of the
I
sidewalk.
highly doubt that Fieldhouse would call and have you trespass just because you're standing on a sidewalk.
Instead of verifying whether Mr. Livingston had actually entered the restaurant's property, Officer Sherman asked the restaurant manager if they wanted Mr. Livingston to be asked to leave. The manager agreed, even though they had earlier confirmed that Mr. Livingston was only standing on the sidewalk following the incident. Mr. Livingston filed a complaint with the East Lansing Police Department and gathered relevant documents, including police body camera footage. The incident report in the 911 call recordings. He also expressed his intent to file a lawsuit, but has not yet found legal representation.
Okay, Joseph, can we find a way to mediate this where there's not issues between you and Jolly Pump? I am investigating a possible trespass, okay? I have reasonable suspicion to ID you because a crime is afoot. I don't know when I come on scene and I make contact with you.
16 and 35. He did go in and talk. Did they lie? Did they lie?
I just went.
No,
they
you
just
went
said,
inside before you took my ID. You went inside and talked to them.
I said, would you like him trespass from your property?
So you solicited a trespass without doing your investigation. You just said you went inside to find out if
Correct.
I went on their property,
I told
but
you
went
exactly what I
inside and
just
said, no, I can call the cops on them.
Yeah, you can, yes.
Yeah, we can talk.
Yes, 100%.
And investigate it.
Well, what are you doing wrong?
That's what the call is. Right. So you should have never even talked to me. When you see me driving by, went, oh, wow, that's guys in public.
From a legal standpoint, the actions of the East Lansing police officers during this encounter involved significant misapplications of constitutional and statutory law. The Fourth Amendment, a cornerstone of individual rights, was likely violated when Mr. Livingston was detained without reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. As courts have consistently held, the detentions for identification must be supported by articulable facts indicating criminal involvement. The officer's reliance on East Lansing Code Section 26.7, which permits identification requests during investigation of potential violations, was misplaced because the required reasonable suspicion was absent. Additionally, Michigan's trespassing law, Section 75.5.525, which prohibits entering or remaining on private property without permission and carries penalties including fines up to $250.00 and imprisonment for up to 30 days, was misapplied, as Mr. Livingston never entered private property, a fact confirmed by the 911 call. The officers further mischaracterized Mr. Livingston filming as harassment under Michigan's harassment statute, Section 751.4711, which defines harassment as repeated or continuing acts that would cause a reasonable person emotional distress and includes penalties of fines and imprisonment up to 1 year. However, Mr. Livingston's singular and constitutionally protected actions did not meet the legal definition of harassment or justify reasonable suspicion of criminal behavior.
harassed right now?
Do I? No, this is my
Are
job.
you a reasonable person? I wasn't even talking to them.
But it's how they feel. It's not how I feel. It's how
You
they
just
feel.
said a reasonable person, and that you're a reasonable person. They could have sat inside, sir.
But they didn't want to. They covered their faces up, told by the manager. And they
Why?
left because they're not happy with that. So they asked them to stop.
They were.
How anybody can feel a certain way. I feel some way. They feel some way. And they feel harassed by you. They should feel it.
Well, what I'm hearing, though, is a lot of feeling that I have to leave.
I never told you that you had to leave. I told you you could stay right there.
They were happy and I was happy.
Correct. I did do that. You are correct. I did do that, and I asked you if you could stand over there.
You're in public. I'm sorry. Would you like to move inside? I can do that. Create your own privacy. Can they call the cops and threaten a trespass? You know? Men with guns came because of a guy with camera. Breaking news. 3. I appreciate you showing up because I don't trust these two. Not the way they were going. And can I have your card? Sure. I'll send you a copy later.
The officers involved were criticized for poor professionalism, demonstrating a lack of legal knowledge and violating citizens' rights. Meanwhile, Mr. Livingston was commended for maintaining a calm and respectful demeanor while taking appropriate steps to protect his rights. The incident underscores the importance of police adherence to legal procedures and exercising caution in complex situations. Next is the horrifying incident when the police disregarded all safety measures, leaving the prisoner in a life-threatening situation.
Order.
Bring him down to the ground.
On June 20th, 2021, Malcolm James, a man being held at Racine County Jail, displayed signs of mental instability. He repeatedly injured himself by banging his head against the wall, while officers did not take immediate action to provide professional medical assistance, instead trying to reassure him through communication.
Malcolm, you want to talk to Carter instead of me? Malcolm. You're going to turn. Just try to get him to sit down. It's fine.
You can't open the food trap, bro.
You can, but...
Malcolm, can you take the blanket off? What's going on? Malcolm, can you talk to me? Malcolm, can you have a seat? Malcolm, can you stop hitting your head? Malcolm! 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 Okay, Sergeant Brands? Malcolm! Sergeant Brands? Malcolm, I need you to have a seat. Malcolm! Malcolm! Can you have a seat for me? Malcolm! Malcolm! Sergeant! Malcolm! Malcolm! Hey! Malcolm! Can you just talk to me? Instead of hitting your head, please?
Hey Malcolm, remember me? Look at me,
No,
remember?
This ain't working.
Can you look at me?
Malcolm!
I was with you your first day here. Remember we talked about the president? Malcolm, do you remember?
Despite multiple requests from Malcolm to sit down and engage, the officers did not adjust their approach when he was uncooperative. Rather than seeking help from medical or psychological professionals, they continued to repeat ineffective commands, leading to an escalation of tension.
Malcolm!
Malcolm.
Malcolm!
Malcolm, can you talk to us? Malcolm. Malcolm. Can you stop? Malcolm.
Malcolm!
Malcolm, can you stop that?
Malcolm! Can you have a seat for me?
Malcolm, can you sit down on your butt, please?
Get the fuck off of me, man. Get the fuck off of me. Get the fuck off of me, bitch. Dirty ass motherfucker. White cop. Get the fuck off of me.
Get you, bro.
4, 37 when I walked to the table.
When they were unable to control Malcolm, the Correctional Emergency Response Team, CERT was called in and used a taser to subdue him. Video footage shows James being shot with a taser while in a crouching position. This action was criticized as unnecessary and inappropriate given Malcolm's condition.
Hey James, this is the Correction Emergency Response Team. We're giving you lawful orders. Inmate James, if you refuse these orders, force will be used against you. Once again, lay down on your butt.
Give orders. Stand up.
After the taser shot, the officers continued attempting to remove the prongs from Malcolm's body. In the video, 6 officers are seen restraining him, but their improper handling caused the removal of the prongs to be prolonged, causing additional pain and potential harm to his health.
It's gonna suck, I know it sucks. Wipe up so you pull it.
Jump!
Malcolm showed signs of losing consciousness after being tasered and restrained, but the officers failed to respond promptly to call for professional medical help. They continued handling the situation unprofessionally, delaying the assessment of his critical condition.
I got you. No, I got it. I can get my hand up. I'm just trying to.
All right, someone double lock him now.
We got another one that's secure.
We're gonna use mine.
Comply with staff.
Is he okay? Keep checking on him, see if he's okay. Hey, Malcolm. Get medical in here. Get medical.
Yeah, just a moment.
You got another glove? Just one?
Oh, you guys won't get lit, okay? Copy.
You're good. On him.
For what? On the back for his thing?
Oxygen.
I get a finger. Here. I got one.
So the circuit.
Problem is, he's probably kinked. His arm is kinked. Is he handcuffed back here?
Yeah. We got to get him out of the handcuffs because they're tight. So we're trying to make sure he's breathing, he's alive, so we can get him out and secure.
I think we need to call 911. I didn't get nothing either when I pressed. I can't.
Malcolm James died while still in custody despite delayed first aid efforts. The video footage documenting his final moments highlighted the lack of preparation and skills among the police officers in handling the emergency situation.
He was making noises. Malcolm?
Should we
Well, we have to lay him down.
That's not secure. What's that?
You have to undo his arms.
Guys, off the window. Off the window.
Right hand done.
Bring him down.
Bring him up.
Bring him up.
Right there, just out of the company.
Let's escort him down. Shout! Close day room 1. Someone close day room 1.
Did they call?
Yeah, Sergeant Rockins.
Help me move forward with something.
Peter's
still.
Ambassador to Malone. You 10-6 or row for.
Well, it could just be the position, but still.
You get the license, doesn't it?
Got one right here.
We need to transfer him onto the floor.
Alright, guys. Alright, let's go.
You guys are gonna have to do it.
Yeah, here. Hold chair back.
Hey, I really only know what the hand do.
Toski, I got the chair.
Sure. Get another mattress towards that. Get another mattress towards that.
From a legal standpoint, the actions of the officers involved in the death of Malcolm James may have violated several key provisions under U.S. law, specifically regarding the use of force, failure to provide medical care, and the protection of individuals with mental health issues. Under 42 U.S. Code, assessed 1983, individuals have the right to sue state actors, such as law enforcement officers, for violating their constitutional rights. In this case, the officer's use of excessive force, particularly the deployment of a taser on a mentally unstable individual, could be seen as a violation of the Eighth Amendment, which prohibits cruel and unusual punishment. The Supreme Court has held, in cases like Estelle v. Gamble, 1976, that failure to provide adequate medical care to an inmate in custody constitutes a violation of the Eighth Amendment, especially when the failure is deliberate and causes harm. The officers' delay in calling for medical assistance and their mishandling of the situation may suggest a violation of this constitutional protection. Additionally, under Wisconsin statutes section 940.3, false imprisonment, individuals held in custody must be treated with respect for their personal safety and well-being. The officers' failure to assess and respond to the mental health crisis in a timely and appropriate manner could be considered negligent, potentially violating this statute.
Remove clothes from patients on the white adhesive pad. Peel one white pad from the gray candy as shown. Stay clear of patients. Analyzing heart rhythm. Analyzing heart rhythm. No shock advised.
Okay.
Be sure emergency medical services have been called. It is safe to touch the patient. If needed.
Whatever belong in the front is long.
1 minute, 45 seconds until analysis will resume.
That what?
30 seconds until analysis will resume.
Malcolm's death sparked public outrage and condemnation from human rights organizations. Many criticized the irresponsible and inhumane handling by the officers at Racine County Jail. The incident led to calls for reform in police training and oversight, particularly in handling situations involving mental health issues. A shocking incident has occurred, raising questions about abuse of power and justice in society when seemingly minor actions lead to unimaginable consequences. This story will make you reflect on the fine line between authority and responsibility. Do we truly understand our rights when faced with the law? On July 27, 2017, officers Matt Schneider and Mark Lindsay stopped a vehicle at a Motel 6 in Glendale, Arizona, citing a turn signal violation. However, security camera footage later revealed that it was impossible for the officers to have seen the vehicle's turn signal from their position.
How y'all doing? You guys staying here?
I'm just about to get a room.
Okay.
I'm about to get a room.
You guys got your IDs on you real quick? All of you? Hey, when you turn in here, man, just make sure you throw your turn signal on for us. Just, yeah, that's all it is. Nobody has their ID on them?
No.
Anything with your name on it? Yeah, just grab it out real quick. Nothing in the car there shouldn't be, right, anybody? Nothing?
The officers asked passenger Johnny Wheatcroft to provide identification, which Arizona law does not require from passengers unless there is reasonable suspicion they have committed a crime unaware of this. Wheatcroft complied, but hesitated in handing over his ID.
I don't.
Here you go, sir.
Do you have a driver's license?
I have my ID.
Thank you. No, 22. Be code 6 at 7116 North 59 in Arizona, Charles Bravo 2772.
Can I go over?
Not, well, just hang on a minute, okay?
Yeah, just for just a few seconds with us and the action.
Don't reach in your bag, man.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
You said you don't have no ID. I don't want you reaching in there. What's your name?
Why am I even being asked?
Well, you don't have ID, and then we made a. Yeah, if you're a passenger in a vehicle, you need to have your ID.
Why is that? I have an ID. I don't have to give it to you. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong.
Okay, well, I could take you down to the station and fingerprint you. We made a traffic stop on the vehicle, brother. That's it.
I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just here trying to help.
Listen, we could do this one of two ways.
Okay, relax for a minute, please.
After asking Wheatcroft to step out of the vehicle, Officer Schneider repeatedly used a taser on him despite Wheatcroft showing no signs of resistance. He was entangled in his seatbelt, making it difficult to follow the officer's orders to exit the
I just
vehicle.
watched you.
No, you didn't, sir.
He's gonna fight, dude.
No, I'm not, bro. Ow, please stop. I'm not fighting.
Relax.
I'm not.
Don't pull away. Hey, get your
I'm not,
taser
bro.
out.
I'm not, bro.
You are.
I'm not. I promise you that.
You got a taser on you right now.
He's not. I'm not doing nothing, man. I'm not doing nothing, bro.
I can tell you right now, you're gonna continue.
Ow, man. What the fuck is wrong with you? Ow. Stop it! What the fuck? He's not doing nothing.
Turn over, motherfucker.
Quick, he's not.
Mark, stay down, buddy.
He's not doing nothing. I promise. Stop. Hey. Okay. He's not gonna do nothing.
Middle of the complex, roll fire.
Doing this fast. This is stupid.
She's got to get you
Daddy.
killed. Hit me in the
Yeah.
No.
Keep doing nothing.
Get your hands up right now. Get your hands up right now. Mark, stay down.
The situation escalated when Schneider forcibly pulled Wheatcroft from the car, kicked him in the groin, and then pulled down his pants to tase his private area in front of his family. In total, Wheatcroft was tased 11 times.
I'm stuck in the seatbelt. I am stuck in the seatbelt, bro. I'm stuck, bro.
Hey, get in front of the car right now. Get in front of the car. You're all right. Come on. You're all right, buddy. Come on. He got hit in the head by her. We need to get her in handcuffs right now.
She didn't mean to. Please don't take my gun. Stop. Ow, I got hurt, sir.
Walk this way.
What did I do?
I got him.
I'm giving him a hard time, bro. Please. Can't breathe. Please, I can't breathe. My elbow. My elbow.
Okay, keep fighting. You're gonna get it again. You want it again? Shut your mouth. I'm done fucking around with you.
Despite the presence of other officers, no one intervened to stop this abuse. After being tased, Wheatcroft was wrongfully charged with aggravated assault and resisting arrest, though no evidence supported these allegations.
Shut up. Shut up. You're fine.
No, I have chest pain, please. I promise I'm having chest pain.
Listen to me.
I have pneumonia, but I really have chest pain. I'm having pain.
Okay,
I
well,
have
you
pneumonia.
shouldn't have been stupid then.
I've been trying to.
Watch your hand.
Sorry, I have pneumonia.
He's got one right there.
Hey, Bill.
Right here on the
Right here. I have pneumonia.
Right.
And behind. And behind. And behind.
Relax.
I'm telling you, I have pneumonia. I can't breathe.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ow, my wrist! God damn it, man! Please!
Hey, did we search him real good?
I did not, so I just dropped the probes on the
Yeah, there's
Which
probes on
vehicle's
there.
related to him?
This car right here.
What do you have?
Dope? No, we got everybody in custody. Mark got
I don't know what he was stuffing.
Who got it?
Mark got hit in the face by her. She fucking swung something and knocked him out.
Where's Mark at?
I don't know. I think they got him out of here.
He's over here with LTZ.
Wheatcroft was held at Maricopa County Jail for 2 months before the charges were dropped. An internal investigation by the Glendale Police Department concluded a year later that the use of force was unreasonable and Wheatcroft had not
And
resisted.
starts reaching down into between the seat and the center console. So I opened the door up, grabbed his right arm, and that's when the fight was on. Immediately
Tried to
after
grab
that.
his right arm?
Yeah, to have him get out of the car. He actually at one
And
point.
right then it was you.
Yeah, it was me and Mark. Starts kicking at us. I just know his body was turned like this, and he was trying. We had his right arm. He's trying to get out. Yeah. So we finally, as we start to kind of pull his body out, she's screaming profanities the whole time. Leans forward, swings that bag over here. With the soda in it, hits Mark in the face. He goes down, and then I think that's when you got there.
Officer Schneider was suspended for 3 days, and the incident footage was withheld for nearly 2 years. Initially, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office declined to prosecute, but after an FBI investigation, Schneider was charged with aggravated assault in October 2022. Graff's lawsuit was settled with the terms kept confidential. This was not the first instance of reckless behavior by the police, but what followed was even more shocking, far surpassing anything anyone could have imagined. On October 31st, 2022, Chief Jamie Cody from the Columbia County Sheriff's Office stopped Mr. James Hodges, a visually impaired veteran, on suspicion that he was carrying a gun in his back pocket. However, the item was actually a cane he used to navigate.
What's this in your back? I just saw you walking it.
It's a navigational aid. What's the problem? You
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to give it unless
Yes,
I'm
sir.
here.
I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in now? Yes, sir, I do.
What is your suspicion?
It looks like you're carrying a gun in your back pocket. I'm stopping to make sure you're carrying it properly. You don't
have
have
you
to.
ensured that it's not a firearm?
No, you keep turning so I can't see it. You don't have to be a dick to me.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir. I'm
Have
doing
a
my
good day.
job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Do you have a crime?
Would you like me
Call
to
your
put you in?
supervisor,
He's right
please.
here.
Mr. Hodges refused to provide his name and date of birth when asked, stating that he had not broken
It
any
could look
laws.
like a weapon. She asked you to present it, okay? Now she's asking me for ID. Okay. I don't need the ID unless there's reasonable articulated suspicion that I have committed a crime. Was that you were armed, okay? And she's asking you for your ID. Well, now she has verified that I am not armed. Okay. So there is.
Despite clearly explaining that the item he carried was a cane and not a gun. The police continued to request his information and detained him.
77 Whiskey Mike detained. I don't know where his wallet is.
Where's your wallet at, sir? I don't have a wallet on me.
Okay, where's your ID?
Where's your ID at? Pocket. Which pocket? You are not allowed to search.
It's in this.
There you go.
Thank you.
I want your names and badge numbers.
37 on Nick, 654 27.
Yeah, 4427. Preferably
Hotel
your cards.
322.
Mr. Hodges insisted he was not obligated to provide further information after proving that he was not carrying a weapon, leading the officers to handcuff him and search his
457
bag.
61 2540.
Yeah, 26, 23, just one. Sir, are you legally blind? Yeah. Okay. I had to walk up here in the dark for jury duty. Not all the ID card alone.
26.
Green.
When Mr. Hodges refused to cooperate further and threatened to file a complaint, the officers decided to arrest him for nonviolent resistance under Florida Statute 843.02. He was detained despite no indication of any crime and no legal justification for further questioning.
Was that hard?
It's gonna be. I want your name and your badge number.
I put him in jail for resisting.
All right, let's go.
I want your name and badge number too, sir.
Have a seat.
Get my property up, please.
I sure will, after you have a seat.
I'm gonna pull this out of my back pocket.
Here, I'll grab your jacket for you, too.
After an investigation, the charge of nonviolent resistance against Mr. Hodges was dismissed on November 7th, 2022. Investigators concluded that the two officers had violated procedures in stopping and arresting him. Chief Jamie Cody was suspended for 2 days, while Sergeant Randy Harrison was demoted and suspended in 7 days. Both officers were required to undergo civil rights training, and Mr. Hodges plans to file a lawsuit against them. The cases of Johnny Wheatcroft and James Hodges serve as a strong reminder of the importance of justice and accountability in the legal system. Every individual deserves to have their rights protected and to be treated equally under the law. Hey everyone, what are your thoughts on this situation? Drop your comments below and make sure to subscribe for more engaging and informative content coming your way. Thanks for all your support,